Hi, I'm Jimi Hendrix, and this episode is called Purple Skies, Red Lights on Empower Your Pattern 2.0. Did you know there are success patterns to help you receive more, help you live a better and extraordinary life? Well, I'm Jimi Hendrix. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Success, Confidence, and Thrive Coach. If you come with me, I will help you find these success patterns. Let's go. Hi, everybody. Thank you. I want to ask you guys something. How many of you have faced some deep, dark adversity that has forced you to tap into your God-given potential? I know one thing. I sure have. And so I'm going to talk about some of that recent adversity that's over the past 4 years that has begun to change the trajectory in my life. Okay, so get ready. January 11th, 2018, I was on cloud 9. Was getting ready to have a speech at the Midland Centennial Library. I remember that day I went over to my nephew's house to have dinner. And then, that night I was heading back from my nephew's house. And it was dark. The porch light was dim. I swore I was stepping onto the stairs when you guessed it, I forgot my Jedi suit. I forgot my Jedi suit. Now, ain't that something? I fell and broke my leg. For 18 hours, I was scared, except for the prepping for surgery and the surgery itself. I was scared out of my mind. Infection set in with tests and more tests. Okay, so you think about that. That's pretty scary. I mean, you think about it, okay, 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the evening, just till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, scared, uncertain, not knowing what I'm going to do. And then the next day I'm told that an infection is setting, which needs for tests and more tests. So I was scared. But within a week, I was released from Midland Memorial Hospital and taken to a residential nursing care facility. And it was slow going, trying to get them to get me to the doctor for approval for physical therapy till enough people raised sand. Finally, the doctor was able to approve me going back to physical therapy. And it was slow going at first, but I got it done. But then, I believe it was the midweek of February, a Monday night. Tragedy struck me once again. I was being transferred to my bed from my chair. And for some reason, I felt like my legs were trapped between the chair and the bed. The aides that were trying to transfer me were not speaking English at the time. They were speaking their own language. I'm not going to say what, because I don't know what. Needless to say, they was able to transfer me fully, but the next morning I woke up, I could not stand. I kid you not. I could not stand. I would try with all my might, but I couldn't. I remember that morning they put me in my chair to bathe and everything, and I just wasn't doing good. And it just got to the point to where one of the nurses' aides said, "We will not transfer you unless you can stand." But when they saw how sick and miserable I was, they got somebody to transfer me all right. Within 2 days, I believe it was the 16th of February. I'm not sure. It's a long time ago. 15th or 16th of February, I was rushed to Midland Memorial Hospital with pneumonia. My friend Bishop Dave, he joined my bedside. He said, "Now, Jimmy, don't you give up. Don't you give up on yourself. Don't you give up on me. You are going to walk one of these days. If I have to find a way to bring you home and have you walk." That put some determination back. Now I'm going to say this. Within a couple of days of being hospitalized, I was taken back to that nursing rehab facility. And it was slow going. I would try my hardest and just was too weak to stand. And it was humiliating. It was humiliating. It was hard. Finally, one day, I don't know what it was, God gave me the strength during physical therapy to stand. And I stood there the longest time. I had the biggest grin on my face. I was like, wow. So I'm thinking, hey, now that I can stand, I want to learn to walk again. And they got some new physical therapists in there and said, well, not until you're out of the boot. And I told my mama, and she's like, BS. Okay, get this. March 10th, 2018. Bishop Dave and his family came to see me in the facility. Bishop Dave said, "Mark my words, in 1 week, you're going home." I was like, how's he going to pull that off? But then all of a sudden, I got excited in me. I was like, yay, I get to go home. I get to go home. I get to go home. All right, now, and check this out. Check this out. That Monday, I'm going around telling everybody, I'm going home. And there were a few people that believed me. The rest of them, they're like, you're crazy. We just started back on the physical therapy again. You're crazy. I go to physical therapy. When are you guys going to help me walk again? We don't know. And so I was getting all downhearted and discouraged. I felt like I was all by myself in this. And then finally, I don't know what it was. It's like the gene that was in my mother's side of the family, that fighting spirit took a hold of me. And I said, Jimmy, if you want to walk again, prove yourself to yourself. Stand up and walk to that chair. And you know what? I did it. I did it. I told it to the nursing staff, oh, BS, you didn't walk. I said, I'll prove it. I'll prove it to you. So one day I had to go to the restroom. And usually I'm having to ask them to help me get there. Not that day. I was telling myself, walk like a man. Walk like a man. I'm writing a book called Walk Like a Man. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so I'm walking. I walk in and, the morning charge nurse is walking in and goes, wow, you're determined. Just seemed like a few weeks ago you was ready to give up, and then now you're walking? Wait a minute, though, we can't let you go until we get clearance from doctors and physical therapy. The doctor never came. True to form, though, the evening of the 17th of March, Bishop Dave came in, took me out of the dining hall, wheeled me into my room, packed my suitcase, asked them for a bag, saying, he's going home. Well, they never told us. I'm kind of like, I told you guys, I've been telling you guys all week. And Bishop Dave said, are you kidding? He's coming home today. I'm taking him home. And so, oh, it's okay. We know you got to go home. Them raising a fuss all the way. And see, there for a little while, for several days, it got me filled with anger. But I tell you something, I charged that anger into determination. And within a week and a half, the surgeon cleared me to get out of the boot. I ditched that walker that night, and I began to walk on my own. But adversity was not through with me. Yeah, eventually I was just doing normal things and enjoying and having a normal time. And then, January 2019, I'm having a birthday lunch with friends. And, we, they put the candles on my desserts, key lime pie. I made a wish and I said, guys, this is the year. This is the year I get self-published. This is the year I begin to make a difference. And then, all of a sudden, I'm this close to being self-published when on April 17th, 2019, I'm walking into the bank building to go to the Toastmasters meeting, and I collapse. I'm not even aware of what happened. Next thing you know, I'm waking up in a wheelchair in the hospital living room. And I'm asking myself, is there something wrong? What the heck is going on? I'm supposed to be in Toastmasters. Next thing you know, I'm being wheeled in back for some head x-rays. And then after that, it was fade to black. I don't remember anything. And then around the day before the day of the surgery, Bishop Dave told me that I had fallen and hit my head. I had a hematoma. But with the surgery and everything, I'd be all right. After that talk, it was fade to black. Okay, fade to black. What I experienced before they woke me up from surgery, which was several days later, it was surreal. Dark purple skies. A laser light show. Thunderings and lightnings. Some woman was standing under one lone red light, talking nonsense about the government. And I remember I was just crying and screaming out of agony. I can't do this. I can't do this. Meanwhile, my family is noticing that the doctors are trying to work me to get me to move my legs and other areas of my body. I can't do this. They didn't know what I was experiencing at the time. But one thing I remember, an angel was there. And he ministered to me. And somebody say, well, Jimmy, that sounds like one of those awful near-death experiences. No, it wasn't. I was very much alive.